Hello friends, I am Chevy. Welcome to my shed. How are you today? How's life in your world? How's things where you are? Hope it's fantastic. Everything here is pretty good. 84 degrees yesterday. It is 53 today. Anyway, this week we've had quite a few pretty deep videos, I think. Some pretty heavy kind of self-help, mental health type topics. And it's for a reason, and we'll get to that. But before we get to that, I want to tell you, first off, I've done a lot of these videos over the years. I don't know that I've ever had a concise package like I've had over the last few series of videos, but I've done a lot of these types of self-help videos over the years. And I need to just emphasize that I am not a clinician. I am not a therapist. I am not a licensed professional. I'm a computer programmer. I'm a woodworker. I'm just a 44-year-old father of two who's been through a divorce, multiple career changes, military, mental health crises. I've been through some stuff. And for the better part of 30 years, no, actually over 30 years now, I keep forgetting that I'm 44, I've been working on myself and trying to be better. I also don't read a lot of self-help. I think a lot of people view or see this content and think that I'm just maybe reciting something from a book. I'm not. I don't really do a lot of research into self-help. Obviously, I've watched videos about certain topics. I've touched on some I don't want to say alternative therapies, but some like ACT therapy or CBT or stuff like that. I've at least skimmed the what's going on in that world right now. So I have a little bit of insight, but most of this comes from here. It comes from just my personal introspection. And I think that is important to say because these videos, if it's not been obvious, have been inspired by a few individuals lately who have reached out and have really made a change, made me really reflect on some of the choices that I've made, have made me reflect on some of their choices. We have talked about a lot of these sorts of topics. And if you go back and watch the videos, especially the videos about my previous medications and the troubles that I had with it, the withdrawals, the things that I went through, weaning myself off of it, all that sort of stuff, those videos get attention. And in all of those videos, I have always said is the same thing I'll say here. I'm here. If you need somebody to talk to, if you don't want to call a crisis hotline, if you don't want to call a friend or family member, if you need somebody, I'm here. And my contact information is in the description of all of my videos. And I'm always available to talk because I know that that's a huge part. It's a massive part for someone like us, for someone like that person that really overthinks themselves to an infinite degree and needs to hear, like, yeah, you're cool. It's good. I'm here for that if you need that. And so I've had those people reach out to me. Over the years, I've had lots of those people reach out to me. Today's video in particular is one person who's reached out to me recently who has been on the same journey that I was on. And, I messaged them the other day and said, is everything all right? It's been a little while. I want to make sure everything's cool with you. And today messaged me back, and they said that they're not having a great day because they made some questionable choices, within the past day or two, and they're really anxious about it and kind of, worrying about it or just being particularly difficult on themselves because they made some difficult choices or some what they view as incorrect choices. And the advice that I gave, I thought I did a pretty good job with the couple of sentences that I wrote. Probably one of the most concise ways I've ever put it, but it doesn't quite work here. But what I basically decided to say was, the choices that you made yesterday, that was a different you. That was yesterday you. And the choice that you made at that time was right for that version of yourself. You made the right choice. It's okay. Today, you're looking back and going, man, I really shouldn't have done that. And that's fine too, because you're no longer that person. That is called growth, right? That's the whole core of this whole journey, is recognizing that the choice you made yesterday was not the right choice. And being kind to yourself about it. Saying, you know what? I made that choice. I shouldn't have. Let's think about that for a second. There's no reason to beat yourself up over it. It's done. That's yesterday you. Today you is striving for progress, right? Today you is recognizing the flaw in your past self and working to not follow those patterns in the future. Does that mean that you won't mess up again? No. You probably will. We all do. That's just human nature. Nobody, as I said the other day, comparing yourself to somebody else is an absolute fallacy that you need to just throw out the window. Assuming that nobody else makes these kind of mistakes or they all have their lives put together, that's just BS that you've told yourself to punish yourself. And that's not okay. You got to stop doing that. You got to say, listen, the person that I am today, I am not making those choices that I made yesterday because I recognize I don't want to make those choices anymore. Great. Don't make those choices today. Don't keep the cycle repeating. If you make the choice tomorrow and then the following day you have a problem with it, great. Let's move on. Like let's keep going. I shouldn't have done that. Why did I do it today? You can think about it. That's fine. You can say, why did I make that choice yesterday? I shouldn't have made that choice. What drove me to that choice? Present you is allowed to analyze past you, but not allowed to beat yourself up over it. It's not a big deal. You made the choice. Now you just, you move on with your life. Yeah, a lot of times those choices are going to come with perpetual ramifications. They're going to come with, whatever it might be. Today, me here presently, 5-ish hours ago, I ate too much lunch. I've been trying to lose weight, get down to my wedding weight, and I've been cutting calories for that. Today, I ate too much lunch, and immediately I knew I shouldn't eat that. I had my lunch, and then and then I ate some more, and I shouldn't have had that more. I know I shouldn't have, but I did it anyway. Am I going to beat myself up over it? No. But the ramification is I've now eaten too many calories today. So what do? Well, present me just goes, just don't eat as much for dinner. No big deal. Like, it's fine. Am I going to say, man, you're an idiot. Why'd you do that? No, that's not okay. Present me recognizes that past me made a mistake, and I'll fix the problem and move on. Because tomorrow me has already forgotten about it. Now, that being said, there are sometimes mistakes that just you never let go of. I have quite a few of those mistakes that live in my brain that are things that were, I made a really inappropriate joke. I made a suggestion that I shouldn't have made. Like, I did one of those really super dumb things in front of a whole group of people. And those things live in my head and I constantly think about them. The difference is I no longer allow myself to feel sorry for it. And what I find is, as I go, man, that guy, he was an idiot. And I realize that I don't make those same jokes. I don't make those same choices. I don't make those same fallacies now that I did then. It lessens the impact. And eventually, those memories will start to fade. It's no different than the choice that you made yesterday. It's going to fade from memory. You just got to let it fade. You got to go, listen, that was dumb. Let's not do that again. Let's try not to do that again. Remember, so setting, achievable goals, saying, I did this, today I ate too much lunch. I'm never going to do that again. That's an idiotic goal. That's not going to there are going to be days where I'm going to eat too much lunch. It's going to happen. And telling myself that it's completely unacceptable, that's not okay. You do not need to do that to yourself. Doing that to yourself is just punishment, and for the punishment's sake. It's not going to help you improve. Saying, if I eat too much lunch, I need to recognize why I ate too much lunch, and then we can work on the problem. That's the correct way to approach it. Forget about yesterday you. Yesterday you did some stuff. Just don't do it today. Don't do it tomorrow. Don't do it the day after. Try your best to keep not doing it. It'll get better. It really will. And it's okay to make mistakes. We literally all do it. All the time. No matter how perfect you perceive somebody to be, they make mistakes. And that's okay. Yeah. What do you guys think? Have you been enjoying this content? Very few views. Very, very low views. But I've gotten some good engagement. Maybe not in the comments, but I've gotten some really good engagement in private for these videos. So I'm hoping that maybe someday in the future I can figure out a way to work this into something that's beneficial to more. Thank you for being here as always. Thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, being amazing friends and wonderful people. I really appreciate you. And I'll see you again tomorrow. We are in the cues. Today's word you should know to sound smart is quaff. It is a verb meaning to drink with gusto and in large volume. We quaff the cup of life with eager haste without draining it, instead of which only overflows the brim. William Hazlitt, an English literary critic and philosopher. Quaff, Q-U-A-F-F. I learned quaff from Angband, Moria, NetHack, what were those? Rogue-like game from the 80s. You quaffed potions in that game. That's when I learned that word.